iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As you can see, we're back in the studio here, the virtual Turn 3 Racing booth, high above the virtual Speedway here at Irwindale Speedway, also known as the Irwindale Event Center now. The Event Center out there in Irwindale, California, puts on one of the best shows all across short track racing out in the West. Drivers like Kyle Larson, to name a few here. Christopher Bell have all competed at this historic track. It's the House of Drift, though. Tonight, the SK Modifieds here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series will be out onto the Speedway. We won't see too many drifts here tonight, but what we will see is some haymakers being thrown. This track here tonight has progressive banking. 6 degrees down on the inside lane, 9 in the middle, and 12 up against the top shelf here tonight. We will see these SK Modifieds right up against the rim here in the early stages of this one. It's going to be a good one here tonight, race fans. I hope you're all ready. As you can see, it's the green shirt tonight, and we're ready to go green here with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series, presented by Red Light Racing, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Hope you're ready, race fans, because it is about time. Under 1 minute of qualifying left here tonight for these guys who are currently down onto the Speedway. We are getting ready as you look live here at the sunny Irwindale Speedway. Race fans, did you miss last week's race? Well, we had a surprise winner. For the first time ever, Sean Single went to victory lane. He is back here tonight looking to go back-to-back into victory lane. 6 races have been counted this season, and currently Max Terrell has 3 wins. Dalton Williamson, Rex Hoyle, Joe Strano, and Sean Single all have found victory lane. Max Terrell currently has an 8-point lead over Dalton Williamson, and then it's a 37-point gap back to Wittendorf and Hoyle, who are tied for 3rd. Sitting just outside the top 3, in the 5th position actually, is Joe Strano, Don Kohnman, Michael Trevarthen, Joshua Buckley, Sean Single, and Dan Butler. Those are your top 10 drivers coming into tonight. Qualifying, as you can see, is already done, so we will get ready to go down trackside here tonight at the Irwindale Speedway. Let's go take a look at how they will line up here tonight in sunny California. It is the 6 Rings Racing starting lineup here tonight at the Irwindale Speedway. Starting on the front row, it's the driver of the number 1. It is Dalton Williamson. Last week's winner, brand new to the Rev Esports stable, it's the number 11 of Sean Single. Starting in position number 3, driving the 01 for the Full Throttle Racing Adventure in Pixels team, it is Richard Murdoch. Starting in the 4th position, it's another one of those Rev Racing Esports drivers. This time, it's the man out of Canada. It is Tim Williams, and it is his 67th birthday tonight. Let's see how the old man can wheel and deal with the youngsters up front. Chris Hammond is scheduled to go off 5th here tonight in the number 60. Max Terrell, your championship leader. The number 42 will roll off 6th. Making his re-entry into Red Light Racing here tonight, Blade Timmons is back in behind the wheel of the number 23. Doyle Lowrance in the number 7, Raven Graphics. He's going to start 8th, 9th to Rob Haynes. Starting in the 10th position, rounding out the top 10, it'll be Brian Bianchi. Starting 11th, Daniel Tobin Jr. This is his home track on the iRacing service. Dan Butler, brand new paint, brand new number on the side of the number 8 Racing School entry. He'll roll off 12th tonight. Starting just outside the top 12, starting in the 13th position, it's the Higgins Hill Racing number 40 of Rob Higgins. Starting 14th, it'll be the 24 of John Wittendorf. 15th tonight, the number 31 Metalhead Motorsports Racing of Michael Trevarthen. Starting 16th, it's the Need for Speed DraftTop.com entry number 2 of Joshua Buckley. Starting 17th, the Green Forest Tree Supply number 43 of Joe Strano. Starting 18th tonight, brand new to the service, it's going to be Mark Jenkins in the number 99. Rex Hoyle will roll off the 54 in 19th. 20th will go to Bob Higgins in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 41. Then it'll be Mike Taschereau in the Racing School number 33. Brian Robinson got the 37NY in 22nd. 23rd will go to Tony Strano, Brandon Feeney, Eric Stout, and Travis Minto. That is your starting lineup brought to us by 6 Rings Racing. iRacing Pace Truck gonna dive in this time by. We will go green flag this time out of turn number 4. You see it's the BK Paints number 1 of Dalton Williamson. To the inside here with Sean Single to his outside, the latest winner. Getting ready to go green flag. The green flag is up, and we are racing for the first time here in California. Great start by Williamson. Team strategies being played that time on that restart, and it allowed Williamson to get to the top side of the speedway. Sean Single checked up and let the teammate go. So it'll be 3 Rev Racers to the outside of Williamson, Single, and Williams. That will complete lap number 1 with Dalton Williamson having the race lead. Right now, Richard Murdoch in the 01 Adventure in Pixels. 01 is down the bottom side of the speedway trying to get around the number 45 of Tim Williams. Can the South Carolina driver get it? He will not, but here comes Chris Hammond in the super clean number 60. He'll dive underneath the Racing Jobs entry of Doyle Lowrance right there in the Racing Jobs entry number 7. He rides high, wide, and handsome, almost 3 wide racing. There's the number 42 of Max Terriel, is able to get around the 01 of Richard Murdoch. So Murdoch right now sliding into the wrong direction. I see he's dropped 2 positions here in the early stages of this one. Max Terriel, though, he has moved up 2 spots, the driver out of Canada. The MK Medic entry, 3 wins on the season for Max, and he is looking for more. He has not done this season. Lowrance still right here battling with Murdoch and the number 60 of Chris Hammett. Hammett this year has moved up his program. He is not just running these bull rings, half-mile speedways and under here with the SK division. He also has now moved up to running the Scrambler Series on Monday night. He's had some good, strong runs at the beginning of the season up there, and he's looking to make that momentum work back here on Thursday nights. Right now, Chris Hammett is up into the 7th position. A little bit farther back, and they're still battling side by side. Look at it. It's the number 40 of Rob Higgins in the Checker Flag Auto Supply entry. The number 2 of Joshua Buckley's also right here. Look at this battle as they're all kind of jammed up and jelly tight here off turns 3 and 4. Already 6 laps into the book. It's been all Dalton Williamson so far here tonight. One driver who has moved up 3 spots. There you see him. That's the driver of the number 24, John Wittendorf. Currently, he has moved up the most positions on our scoring and timing. The New England driver setting the pace right now. Setting the pace out front where nobody's been able to really reel him in and show any kind of, presence to his inside. It's going to be Dalton Williamson. He has opened about a half-second gap back to Sean Single, Tim Williams, and Max Terriel. Everybody, as you see it, as we on board with your race leader here. Everybody is just riding the high side pretty much here in the early stages of this one. One driver is still down on the bottom, and that's the number 60 of Chris Hammett in the super clean. Number 60 looking pretty clean down to the inside. Going around him on the number 14, that is Brian Bianchi. The JB Racing Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe entry of Brian Bianchi now picks up the 8th position, actually, as he went around Chris Hammett. As still right in front of them, that's Blade Timmons. Timmons has been missing on Thursday night. Blade Timmons was actually one of the championship contenders in season number 1 for the Red Light Racing SK Modified Series, and he has been missing since then. The series did move from a Friday night, which fit Timmons' schedule a lot better than the Thursday night division, so Timmons has been sitting on the sidelines for the last season and a half, and now he said it is time. His schedule has freed up, and he is here tonight on Thursday to try and show the boys what one of the previous top 3 finishers in this series has to offer. He set one of the quick times in our practice session earlier, and right now he runs inside the top 10. He started 7th here tonight. He is still running in the 7th position. He's got Brian Bianchi that did look down to the inside. Contact behind them, couple of them going around. Couple of drivers did go around. The number 2 of Joshua Buckley is involved in this one. Mark Jenkins is involved in this one. A couple other cars, I believe, are possibly going to be involved here. It looks like the Racing School entry number 33 of Taschereau is involved. There you see the number 33, the iconic number 33 Racing School entry. So as we wait for the truck to tell us what happened down here, it looks like Josh Buckley may have been a little low on the speedway, I'm being told through the headset here. We'll take a look back and find out. Let's follow back here with Taschereau. What happened to him? There you see Joshua Buckley out. Oh, chain reaction, and everybody nowhere to go. Taschereau down to the inside, tags the inside of the 99 of Jenkins. That's ultra slim fast machine, and Josh Buckley also getting tagged and going around. That's Joe Strano as we ride on board here with Taschereau. There you see everybody else to the outside. There's the contact. And not enough time for Mike in the Racing School entry number 33 to hit the hooks to get out of the way. The 99 of Jenkins will also be able to roll away. There you see the contact, slight contact to the nerf bar, and then Jenkins goes around, and everybody's actually able to get around him without much damage. I don't think any of the damage that has just been, per se, obtained here under this yellow flag actually is going to hamper any of the performances of these drivers. Did notice one driver looked like he was going to come to pit road, and then he didn't. That was actually number 2 of Joshua Buckley and Mark Jenkins. Both drivers do stay out onto the pit road, or back out onto the raceway. They did not come to pit road. So with 16 laps officially in the books, we're going to line them back up 2 by 2. It'll be Dalton Williamson, Sean Single, Tim Williams, and Max Theriault here. The first restart of the night. Green flag back out, and a great start that time by Max Theriault. He's actually going to push the number 11 of Dalton. That's Sean Single. Dalton Williamson got a great start, and he's actually out ahead of this group. Oh, a couple of them getting together. The 45 of Tim Williams that's going around. Max Theriault's involved. Caution flag going to come back out here. Didn't quite get the old SKs up to full song until, as that's going to bring us back under caution. So a quick caution flag here on lap number 18. Working the second caution flag of the night now. We'll have to see all who was involved in this one. It looks like a big one on the back straightaway. Let's just watch it back here. A couple different angles of this one. There's the 42. Oh, Tim Williams. It's his birthday. He was eating some cake there, and he tried to go up, and unfortunately the 42 was already there. I think Dan Butler also got a piece of that. Butler in the number 8 machine there. The Racing School orange entry, number 8. Right on board here with Dan Butler. All you see is one up and over, and that's Max Theriault. Butler tried to hit the hooks, and it was just too late. Right into the wrecked cars ahead of him. There's a better angle for you. You see the 45 just coming up the speedway. Thought he was cleared of the 42, and oh, Chris Hammett. You also see him spinning the super clean number 60 down to the inside there. Wittendorf also going around to the number 24. So unfortunately, the caution flag flying again here in California at the Irwindale Speedway. So a couple drivers have taken the chance to come to pit road to try and get some damage fixed. See all the clearance is, the wheel, the toe is in line. Tim Williams, Chris Hammett, John Wittendorf, Max Theriault, and Eric Stout have all been to pit road. So with our second caution flag here of the night, it is still Dalton Williamson who is out front as the iRacing pace truck lights are off just like that. So we will go back racing. There'll be 22 laps officially in the books here. Look who's now going to start row number 2 to the outside as the green flag's back into the air. That is Blake Timmons, Richard Murdoch to his inside. Oh, some new blood up towards the front of the field. Dalton's going to be able to clear Sean Single. Oh, he gets a little sideways off of turn number 2. On board, look at all the hungry hippos back there. Everybody trying to find a way to the high side as fast as they can. Richard Murdoch trying to squeeze up in front of the number 23 of Timmons, but does not have the run, so he has to fall back in line. You're going to notice a lot of these drivers diamond it off, trying to go down to the inside, entering the corner and slide up as a slide job, and if they can find a home, they will get up in front, but it is going to be very hard to do, especially since we're already 24 laps in the books here tonight. 24 laps in the books, and this is the highest battle on the timing and scoring pylon. Murdoch's actually being able to roll the inside a little bit better than the outside car there of Timmons. I don't know if Timmons is a little timid currently. Oh, one of them maybe scraping the wall there. That's the RacingJobs.com entry of Doyle Lowrance. Lowrance just today passed along a memo to us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network saying that he just re-signed with Letart Esports and the RacingJobs.com crew through the 2021 racing season. So congratulations to Doyle Lowrance and that whole organization over there. Ravens Graphics esports driver. Right now he is running in the 6th position. Right behind them, Dan Butler, and I heard there's some news behind the scenes going on with the racing school entry for Dan Butler. Right now he is inside the top 10. He's moved up 5 spots here tonight. He's running 7th on the grid as Murdoch once again to the bottom side. He's actually going to get around Timmons. Timmons, something happened to Blade. Because that is actually Brian Bianchi, who also got around him, the Culpeppers Cafe machine. You see him right ahead, the Bromley Designs paint job on the Culpeppers number 14. Who's back here lurking in the background? Well, it's the Twitch streamer. As our notes were passed along to us a little bit wrong, we had said that Tobin's home track was here at the Irwindale Speedway. It is not. That is incorrect. Completely wrong side of the country. As Tobin up the track just a little bit, making Nerf bar contact with the number 31 of Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen not able to get much practice time here tonight. Oh, Timmons and the 7 of Lowrance get together. Cars scatter. More cars getting involved here. There you see the 7 of Lowrance pulling away the 31 of Trevarthen. That's the 6 rings entry of Eric Stout. Rob Higgins also involved. I'll have to go back and watch this one. It happened just out of our camera angle, but we do know that Timmons was involved and Lowrance was involved. Well, let's take a look back. There you see the 23 to the left-hand side of your screen. What happens to Blade? As Lowrance got a really good run through the center of the corner, and it looks like Joe Strano came in there and he made some contact. Lowrance going to end up hard against the outside wall with the left rear of the RacingJobs.com entry. Right on board here with Lowrance. You hear him, he was out of the throttle. He wasn't even on the throttle when the contact was made between him and Timmons. Lowrance spins it around up against the outside wall. Nobody else hits him, but I believe that was the 43 of Joe Strano that also came in there and got some damage. Let's take a look back. There's the Green Forest Tree Supply entry just behind Timmons and Lowrance. There's the contact and nowhere for Strano to go. Look at Tobin. Tobin spins it around. He's actually going to get pretty lucky in that 94 entry. He spins it around. Let's watch this. See if we can watch the 94, the yellow and black entry. Watch how lucky Tobin's actually going to get. There's the wreck. There's Nerf bar, and then he actually just gets a little help. Spins it around and softly down to the bottom. So Tobin's actually going to be all right. Rob Higgins, you see him right there also. He'll be all right. So this is our 3rd caution flag here of the evening. Here in California, race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If it's your first time joining us to watch the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series for Red Light Racing, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, get a notification anytime we go live, whether it's live on our Facebook.com live feed or our YouTube feed. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in to watch the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Head on over to Facebook.com and find the Checkered Flag Auto Supply and give them a like. Or find them located in Ayer, Massachusetts. It's your one-stop shop for all auto parts needs as we go back green flag racing. Still the same 2 dancers at the front of the field here as they head down into turn number 2. It'll be Dalton Williamson once again, but look who's now lurking. Right there, the driver out of South Carolina, the 01 Adventure in Pixels of Richard Murdoch has now come to the inside dance. Will Richard Murdoch be able to take the 01 around last week's winner of Sean Single? Single still riding on a high, but take a look a little bit deeper in the field here. Look at who's still running inside the top 10. It's the number 7 of Doyle Lowrance. Remember, he was just into the outside wall. Well, he is still being scored inside the top 10. Michael Trevarthen sitting there in the 7th position. Dan Butler has slid back a couple spots here on this restart as he battles with the number 54 of Rex Hoyle, the American Tire Distributors number 54 of Hoyle. Hoyle just rocking the outside of the Speedway. For all the Daniel Tobin Jr. race fans, we told you he was going to be all right. He's running 11th on the timing and scoring charts. Rob Higgins is sitting there in 13th. Robinson's just behind them in 14th. And take a look, making his first ever start. It's the driver of the number 83. That is the Beefy Motorsports number 83 of Brandon Feeney. Oh, contact, the 99 of Jenkins. Sliding down to the infield grass. He just made contact. I believe that was with Buckley, or was that Taschereau back there bumping Nerf bars in the 99 of Mark Jenkins, and the ultra slim fast City Chevy heads to the inside of the Speedway. Something happening, Richard. Murdoch slow on the Speedway. Oh! Looks like Tobin Jr. was involved after the caution flag was already thrown. Watch it back. 4th caution flag of the evening. Oh, Bianchi got a great run into the corner. Murdoch checked up, and then everybody stacked them up. Oh, tough break for Tobin Jr. there. As it looked like he was going to be all right, and everybody was going to be able to get away from this caution flag, and then Murdoch made contact with Tobin after the yellow was thrown. Watch the 94 here. See the smoke. You see Murdoch. Everybody checks up, hits the brakes. Higgins does go down. Murdoch down the Speedway just a little bit. Catches Tobin, and then Feeney with nowhere to go. Tobin gonna get pointed back into the right direction. The number 40 of Rob Higgins. We also saw him and Chris Hammett get together. Let's see if we can watch that. You see Higgins is just out in front of Hammett here. Everybody tried to go low, and Chris Hammett was already down low. There you see the number 41 of Bob Higgins also down. So unfortunately, that brings out our 4th caution flag here of the evening. The tricky track here at the Irwindale Speedway or Event Center for a lot of you newer fans out there in California. It's played a little bit of a tricky one here tonight for a lot of these drivers. Right now, Dalton Williamson, is still out front here. Sean Single, Brian Bianchi, Joe Strano, Michael Trevarthen. Look at Tony Strano. We talk about it week in and week out. The driver of this number 32 entry. Loves the big tracks. The 1.5 miles, the 2 mile, the 2.5 mile speedways. And this season, he has dedicated himself to getting a little bit better at the short track game. Joe Strano, his brother, has really turned the wick up in that Strano Brothers racing stable. He's been able to win here on Thursday night. He's had some very good finishes this season. So Tony Strano, seeing that Joe learned a lot from running the short track divisions here with Red Light Racing, and now he has given it a shot. Now he's going to restart here running 5th with 46 laps in the books. For all the Taschereau fans out there, he is still out on the Speedway. He's back into the 11th position as we come back into the restart zone. It'll be 47 complete when the green flag comes back out. Closing in on halfway. Williamson going to go back down to the bottom. Bianchi's going to try and follow. Sean Single's going to keep it wound up on the outside. Look at Joe Strano right there also. Dalton Williamson still going to continue to lead down here into the corner. On board with Dalton Williamson. The checkered flag auto supply on board camera tonight. Look at, you can hear him, how hard he is on the throttle, abusing those tires. He's trying to run away and hide. He really just wants to get out ahead and set sail and see if these green flag laps can tick off any faster. Somebody we haven't talked about much here tonight who's trying to come through the field quietly, it's Travis Minto. Minto the other week on Monday night was able to sneak out a better finish than his brother Brandon. Brandon missing last Monday night, or this past Monday night, I should say. Minto moving down to, I believe it is, the Texas area. Moving out of New Jersey. He's with the Air Force right now, so he's being restationed. Murdoch is still out there right now, and he's trying to get underneath the number 7 of Lowrance. Lowrance, I believe, down on power just a little bit in the racing jobs entry. Right ahead of him, look at Bob Higgins. Now, race fans, you may know Bob Higgins. Well, let me tell you, he's not 20 years old. He feels 20 years old, but the old driver's license tells us a little bit something different. Bob Higgins, one of those drivers that has recently just gotten iRacing. Yes, his son, Rob, has been on iRacing for just about a year now, and Bob was over there in the man cave at the Higgins household and decided to give it a whirl and was hooked from day one. Really cut his teeth in the official series to get signed up and qualified here with the SK Modified division for Red Light Racing. And he's had himself some good runs, and he's still out here learning these short tracks and trying to get up to pace with a lot of these drivers. But Bob, week in and week out, putting in the time and the effort to get better, and it is starting to show. Right now, though, it looks like he's a little down on power, as there you see the number 6 of Eric Stout working the inside of the Speedway. Some smoke off one of the drivers as they got a little contact up ahead of these drivers. I believe that was the number 33 of Mike Taschereau. Tash up here trying to work the inside of the Speedway as Richard Murdoch rolls into the picture. Oh, contact between Tash and the 99. The 99 of Jenkins up the Speedway. That's going to put him 3 wide back here entering the corner. Jenkins will roll the outside of the Speedway, the number 19 to the middle groove, and that was the number 7, a Lowrance. You can see that Lowrance is down on power just a little bit. You saw the Minto machine really wheel back in the number 7, a Lowrance down the straightaway, and oh, one of them's up and over. One of them has gone up, over, and looks like he is on the hooks. That was the number 33 of Mike Taschereau out of the racing school. Looks like Tash has maybe tried to see if he could join the space program. Watch it back here and see what happened to Taschereau. See, he's battling with Richard Murdoch right here. Oh, Murdoch gets up to Speedway, and then they bang tires, and the 33 winds up on the lid. Eric Stout comes through, and then it's just a wild, wild ride there. Right on board. Cockpit view. Heard him lift out of the throttle and try and corral the machine, but it was too late. Up into the wall and then tumble. So it's not going to be a good finish here for the number 33. There you see Mike Taschereau down on pit road in the racing school entry. Racing school. The racing school, I should say, a big part of Red Light Racing here. They've been a sponsor for many years, many seasons with the SK Modified divisions out of the Thompson Speedway. So Mike's not going to have himself a good finish. Looks like everybody actually is down on pit road, except for a couple drivers. Sean Single did not come to pit road. Joe Strano did not come to pit road. Tony Strano, Brian Bianchi, Rex Hoyle, Dan Butler also is going to stay out in his machine. Looking to see who was going to be scored where. Timing and scoring is still trying to catch up with all the, we'll call it the craziness onto the Speedway here on Thursday night. Well, let's see as it reshuffles our timing and scoring. Sean Single will be officially scored as our race leader. Joe Strano, Tony Strano, Brian Bianchi, and Rex Hoyle are the top 5. Drivers who were involved in that last incident, Richard Murdoch and Taschereau, were involved. Looks like Dalton Williamson had something go wrong. Let's see if we can find out what happened to Williamson here. As it looks like the car maybe lost power. That's why he came to pit road. Come back live here as we should be ready to go green flag racing. It does look like they're going to stack them back up 2 by 2 here. Here we go. It'll be 62 laps. We're over the halfway point home in this one. We hope all you race fans are enjoying the program here tonight from the Irwindale Speedway for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series presented by Red Light Racing. Green flag is back into the air, and Joe Strano, Sean Single did the jig into turn number 1, and Sean Single takes the, we'll call it the shorter distance around turns 1 and 2, and he takes the race lead. The 99 of Jenkins down to the inside, and his, oh, one of them going around the 37 NY. Dalton Williamson involved. 6th caution flag tonight is on the Speedway. I believe that was the number 37 NY that did go around the Fanatec red machine. Robinson out of New York. Take a look back here at the 6th caution flag. They were 3 wide there. You see Jenkins down to the bottom. Oh, low rants just into the left rear. We've seen that so many times here tonight. Chris Hammett was down there trying to just run the bottom of the speedway and not get involved, and he got involved. The RacingJobs.com entry of Low Rants was involved in this one, and let's go back and see what Doyle saw. Oh, Dalton Williamson nowhere to go. Dalton Williamson may have just got the worst of that, and you want to know, it's one of those damned if you do and damned if you don't kind of moments. Dalton came down and took tires to try and come back through the field. He knows tires are so important here at Irwindale, and unfortunately, when he went to the back of the field here, now he's wrapped up in a wreck. He didn't even know what was going on. He got tagged in that right rear, and around he went and just ended up pointed in the wrong direction. Sixth caution flag out as we work lap number 66. Race fans, are you up in the Massachusetts area? Do you know where Ayer, Massachusetts is? Well, I can tell you. It's at 103 Park Street, Ayer, Massachusetts. You need to stop by and visit our friends over at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. It's a family-owned and operated independent business up there in Ayer. The friendly staff up there is very knowledgeable and can get the parts that you need to fix your car today. Head on over to the Checkered Flag Auto Supply and just stop in and see the Higgins. Great family operation up there. We have their t-shirt hanging down here in the man cave. We appreciate that, Bob. Sending us that down here to the Turn 3 Racing Network Pennsylvania studios. A lot of cars on pit road still trying to get service done. Robinson, Williamson, Wittendorf, Jenkins, Taschereau. It looks like Max Terriolt's still down there on pit road. He should be coming back out, though. They got the car rolling once again. Multiple laps down, but still every position can count when you're racing for a championship. Looks like the Brandon Feeney entry has retired here tonight along with Timmons. Tim Williams, it's his birthday, and he is out of here tonight. He's going to eat his birthday cake, 67 slices, he tells me. And that's Canadian bacon on there also. Looks like Chris Hammett may have called it a night here. We'll look to see him next week. Next week, we will head to the Nashville Fairgrounds for the first time ever in the Red Light Racing SK Modified division. But you see the iRacing Pace Truck dive in because we got to finish up here in California before we head over to Placidas next week. So we will come by this time, lap 69. When we take the green flag, we'll be in the books. Great start there once again by everybody. Look at that start. Oh, Hoyle had to check up on the inside lane there to avoid running into Brian Bianchi in the Culpeppers Cafe, number 14. Coming by this time, Sean Single leads the way. Joe Strano, Tony Strano right there. On board with the driver of the number 32. Strano Brothers Racing Stable entry here for Tony Strano. Having himself a good run. There you see Tony off the back of Joe. So right now, Strano Brothers are running 2 and 3 on the Speedway. Good run for both of them currently going here tonight. Josh Buckley has just picked off a position. You saw him slide up in front of the number 7 of Doyle Lowrance. And look at the old Murdoch machine. He's still out here, race fans. The Adventure in Pixels, the U.S. Air Force of Richard Murdoch. Back in the day, the C-130 Hercules crew is where he was stationed, assigned. Right now, Murdoch's running in 7th, trying to get around the racing school entry. It's a beautiful, beautiful orange-looking number 8. Storm Magnet, though, of Butler. Trying to stay away from everybody, stay out of the storm. Murdoch down to the inside, sideways a little bit for him. Clarendon, Massachusetts driver of Dan Butler trying to hold on to that currently 6th position. Murdoch, though, has other plans for him, as Murdoch's been able to make the inside work a little bit. Maybe he found something down there. It looks like he should be able to pick up that position. Tony Strano slipping on the outside. He's going to allow the number 14 of Brian Bianchi also now to get to the inside of the Speedway. Not making anything happen right now. On board here with Tony Strano. See Murdoch down to the bottom. He's going to look to see if he can get around Rex Hoyle. Murdoch's giving it everything she's got. He does have the fresher tires. He pitted on lap number 44, so he has fresh tires to use the bottom of the Speedway here with just 22 laps to go. Question being, though, is he going too hard too soon, or is it not soon enough? Should he have started this attack a little sooner? The Yankees still running side-by-side here with Tony Strano. As he runs side-by-side, Sean Single and Joe Strano have checked out a little bit over this battle back here. About a 1.5 seconds up the road. Murdoch's still working the inside of the Speedway. It's North Carolina versus South Carolina right here. It's the American Tire Distributors. 54 of Hoyle, who currently holds that position. As they work around the slower car, that's the 94 of Tobin Jr. who's being scored. Oh, Culpepper sideways. Nowhere to go. Oh, they're going to stack him up. Stack him up. That's the 99, and somebody's getting a free ride. Doyle Lowrance right now going for a ride. Michael Trevarthen helping out the number 7. Little friendly ride there. Must have called Uber. Don't call a cab, call Uber. Get home safe today. So we're going to have to check this out. Where is Tobin Jr.? There you see him. He was involved in this one. 18 laps to go here when the caution flag comes. Oh, Murdoch into the 14 of Culpepper. It's Bianchi, but it's Culpepper's entry. Big chain reaction then being set off. 14 actually looks like he may have already been sideways. We'll see if we can back that up a little bit. Brian Bianchi. Yeah, there you see he's already sideways, and Murdoch actually checks up, maybe avoids him, but look at the big pileup that happened. It looks like that's the 2 of Buckley, the 31, the number 7, the 40, the 99, all involved. Board here with Buckley. There you see the outside lane just gets stacked up. Buckley gets turned around. There's Minto. He's involved. I think that was Rob Haynes involved also. Driver out of Santa Clara, California. about 10 drivers wrapped up in that one on the back straightaway. Take out a lot of strong cars here tonight with under 20 laps to go. Just taking a peek at who's still left out on the track here tonight as the sun has started to go down here in California. Sean Single, Joe Strano, Tony Strano, Rex Hoyle, Richard Murdoch, Dan Butler, Bob Higgins, Eric Stout, Brian Bianchi, Travis Minto, and Mark Jenkins all left out on the track. John Wittendorf looks like he's been in and out of pit road a couple times here. There you see the driver, the number 24. Looks like he will come back out. Drivers down on pit road. That's the Rob Haynes machine. Driver out of California looking to have a good run here in the home state. Michael Trevarthen also involved. Joshua Buckley, Brian Robinson, Dalton Williamson, all still sitting down on pit road. iRacing pace truck lights are out. Let's get ready to go back racing. It'll be a 13-lap shootout here to complete the 100 scheduled laps tonight. Single, Strano, Hoyle, your top four. The green flag flies, the gas pedals go down, and the engine sounds come up. Here's Single with a nice slide, and oh, they're going to take Tony Strano 3 wide here, going into 3. Hoyle to the outside, Murdoch down on the bottom. Murdoch digging down on the bottom. Tony Strano holding a great wheel through 3 and 4. Currently looks like just going to lose 1 spot here to Rex Hoyle. Old Murdoch down on the bottom. Tony Strano is able to go back up to the top side of the speedway, but Murdoch with those fresher tires, it'll be 11 to go this time by at the line. Can Murdoch get around the number 32? Eric Stout's also coming into the picture here. He's got fresher tires than both of these drivers. So Murdoch has to make this pass and get down the road. Murdoch this time going to go even lower down onto the speedway. Not going to be able to slide up in front of Tony Strano this time by. Still single file at the front here for your top 3 positions. It's Single, Strano, and Hoyle currently. As Murdoch still trying to get around the number 32 of Tony Strano. Murdoch this time is going to clear out of turn number 2. Now he's going to have 8.5 laps to get it done. Tony Strano right to the back bumper, maybe giving him a shove into the corner. Now here comes Dan Butler. He's lurking also. Butler has yet to come to pit road here tonight. Those tires that are on the Racing School number 8 are the tires that they started on. Sean Single this time by will get 7 to go. Whispered in his ear from the spotter high above tonight. 7 laps of racing here at the Irwindale Speedway. Looking off your race leader's deck lid. Sean Single has only picked up 1 spot here tonight. Started back in the 2nd position. Really had to battle for it. Got a little help when Dalton Williamson went to pit road, and then Dalton got caught up in a wreck here tonight about the midway point. So his night ended on the flatbed. So Sean Single getting 5 laps to go that time. The high 5 from the flagman. 5 more laps for Sean Single. Last time by, though, it was Joe Strano, who was the fastest car in the speedway. Your top 4, Single, Strano, Hoyle, and Murdoch have all started to pull away. They have opened up about a 1.5 gap back to this battle here that's brewing for position number 5. 4 laps to go, though, as we zoom back in here on the leaders. It'll be 3 to go this time by. 3 fingers in the air when they come past the flag stand. Sean Single wants to see it go green from the end because last time by, he was the fastest car in the speedway. Keeps going back and forth. 1 lap it's Joe Strano, 1 lap it's Sean Single, the fastest drivers. Murdoch's going to pull side by side with Rex Hoyle. 2 iRacing veterans going at it. It'll be the popsicle sticks this time. 2 to go. Sean Single just wants to see it go green all the way to the end here on this one. Driver out of Ayer, Massachusetts, where the Checkered Flag Auto Supply is located. Wants to go back to victory lane. This time by, it'll be 1 lap to go, presented by Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Final lap here tonight at the Irwindale Speedway. Sean Single is going to have 2 more corners to get it done. He was winless in how many starts, and now 2 weeks back-to-back. Sean Single goes to victory lane in California. Joe Strano will come home running P number 2 with Rex Hoyle. Richard Murdoch scheduled 4th. 5th to Tony Strano. How about that driver's run here tonight? Dan Butler, Eric Stout, Bob Higgins. Look at the Higgins machine. Walking away with his first top 10 of the season. Bob Higgins finishes 8th. Finishing 9th was Brian Bianchi, Travis Minto in 10th. Mark Jenkins 11th. John Wittendorf is going to round out our top 12. Check out that left-hand side of your screen, race fans. Those are the unofficial results here at the Irwindale Speedway. Sean Single about to show us some celebration donuts here tonight. Back-to-back wins for the driver out of Ayer, Massachusetts, the Mechanic Advisor. Sponsored entry. Wasn't able to get it done in the first half of the season, but now we are on the second half of the season, and he is making it look easy. He goes to victory lane for the second time. He was able to pick up the win back at, we'll call it the home state. Well, hometown track is what we're really calling for Sean Single. Up at New Hampshire, now here at Irwindale, he goes back to victory lane. Boy, what a race that was, race fans. What do you say we get ready for the post-race show? Don't go anywhere. We're talking to Sean Single, Joe Strano, and Rex Hoyle just after this.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Irwindale Speedway here in California. The sun was out and the stars were out here also tonight. These drivers for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series putting on one whale of a show here. And boy, race fans, I don't know what more you would have wanted. SK Modifieds, short track racing, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I mean, what else would you rather have? I know. An interview from the man who's able to go 2 weeks in a row to victory lane. That's exactly what you wanted. Well, we have it for you. Finishing P number 1 here tonight in winner's circle once again. Sean Single, my man. 2 weeks in a row. You parked this number 11 in victory lane, but they weren't handed to you. Last week, you had to battle for it. This week, Dalton Williamson looks like he had something up his sleeve for you, but tonight, you will walk away in victory lane.
Yeah, super exciting. I must have something stuck up somewhere because these wins don't come too easy, and this is definitely a hard track. I've actually never raced here before. I usually only do on like the figure eights on like the fun weeks. So this was a tough win. I learned a lot, and honestly, I'm super pumped.
Super pumped. The first couple events here this season, it looks like you were just trying to get your feet wet, didn't ruffle any feathers. You have made every race this season, I believe. You finished back 9th at Martinsville. It was a 13th at Langley, 11th at USA, 13th, 18th, and then all of a sudden, after Myrtle Beach, something clicked. We went to New Hampshire. It was a win after leading 22 laps. Here tonight, leading just under the halfway point of laps. Where all of a sudden did this team really start to find the momentum?
I'm not sure. Last week I got pretty lucky. I was just in the right place at the right time, and then today's race, I think it was all about just staying up front. I needed to have a good qualifying lap, and Dalton, my team owner, showed me a couple different things where I could get up to the front and kind of stay up front. So it was more of a learning process than anything else. I think the break between Christmas, I kind of learned these cars better than I thought, and learned how to short track race.
Well, I hope you didn't take any tips from Josh Buckley. He's been trying to hand those tips out a lot ever since he went over to the racing school and got to ride in one of these machines. He started to try and throw tips out there, so I hope you didn't take any of his.
No, I mean, I appreciate Josh so much for everything that he's done for the league, how much he's put into this, and honestly, I want to get into one of those cars too. It sounds like a wicked fun time.
Well, I know where you can head. You can head on over to the racing school. I think they have a nice Valentine's Day promotion going right now.
Well, maybe I'll have to swing by. I am holding the last name pretty true, so maybe I'll get 2 for myself, and then that's pretty much it.
Well, hey, don't forget about me down here. I like to take road trips too, my friend. But tonight, you go back to Victory Lane. Now, think about this. You won on the East Coast. You won on the West Coast. Next week, we're headed to the Nashville Fairgrounds down south, some hollowed ground in Tennessee. Short track racing action, they say. Well, if it wasn't for Thompson, it would be Nashville, the most historic track in America. What do you think you can do next week when we head there for the first time ever in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series?
I'm hoping just to keep this momentum up. I'm hoping maybe I could sneak another win, but honestly, it's just about running well. I think since I started here, it's kind of just been moving up. I had those tough couple races at the beginning of the season, and I've kind of learned a lot here, so it's just keeping the momentum.
Well, congratulations here tonight, Sean. You pick up your second win of the season. You got the hot shoe tonight, and you got the red carpet rolling out for you right here. Red carpet's out, microphone's yours, my friend, who makes this all possible behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I want to thank you, Roger, again, for putting all this on. Thank Josh. Thank my parents who watch every night. I got my roommates and a couple of my friends sitting right beside me right now, kind of watching me interview, which is a little intimidating, but I want to thank them as well. Thank Dalton and the team. I honestly can't remember all the sponsors that we have. It's first week on the team, so it's a little tough, but super excited.
Well, there you hear from the driver out of the Rev Esports Stables. BK Paint's also on that list. Got to thank all of them. Don't want to miss one, but Sean Single tonight going back-to-back wins. He won last week at New Hampshire. He wins again here in sunny California at the Irwindale Speedway. Sean Single wins it tonight. So with Sean Single winning here, that means somebody had to finish second, and that is the driver of the number 43 Green Forest Tree Supply of Joe Strano. Joe, another great run for you here this season. It's been top 5 after win here on Thursday night. What did you need, though, and how long did you need it to get by Sean Single?
I would have needed Single to make a huge mistake. He definitely had the car to beat tonight. Him and Dalton were running great. This is, I know Sean mentioned it too, but this is the first time I ever ran on this track. I honestly actually laid down 40 laps in practice. It was the first time I ever ran laps. So I'm super happy about second. I don't know that there was anything else I could have done. I got to hand it to Sean to just being a great racer out there.
So you only run 40 laps in practice. You get 2 laps of qualifying, so that leaves you 1 shy of the number on the door panel here of this machine. Do you think if you would have ran one more, think about it, 1 more lap matches the car number, puts you in victory lane, don't it?
You would be correct, sir. Maybe I got to keep that in mind in the future when I run practice laps here.
It's a famous number on the side of this number 43 machine, and well, Irwindale's a famous track. You said you didn't get many practice laps, but tell us about where the groove was here tonight. A lot of drivers were getting it done up against the fence. Where did the 43 like to run?
Oh, you got to stay up at the fence. I mean, there's absolutely no grip down below. I'm sure you saw it on the restarts. People just fell like flies if you were stuck on the bottom row. So you just had to be on that top groove. And even when you were up there, you had to hit the turns just right. You hit it a little bit fast, you're up into the wall. You exit a little bit fast, you're up in the wall. So this track's definitely got some character to it. Took a little bit to learn, but once I had it figured out and got lucky with a couple restarts being on the top, I was able to stay up there and compete for a second place finish tonight.
Yeah, it was a good, strong run. Now, think about it. 20 laps to go. You look up in the mirror, and you see the number 32. Did you start scratching your head at that point?
Yeah, a little bit. Actually, I asked him at one point in the race how it was going. He's like, "Don't you see me right behind you?" And he just did a great job avoiding those early wrecks. And we kind of worked our way up the field together. Every time I would jump some positions, he would jump some positions. So we both ended up top 10 for sure. I see that he finished 6th, but we were both there together for the most part the whole race.
So it's got to be one heck of a feeling, though, to be able to not only run in the top 5 with some of the best short track racers on the iRacing.com platform here with Red Light Racing, but also to get to run your brother week in and week out. It used to be a thing, you guys. You show up on Monday night with the Scrambler Series, you go through the trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cup cars. But now tonight and Thursday nights, for the last handful of weeks, you've been able to race with your brother. How's that short track racing? Do the tempers flare here and there?
Oh, no. And to be honest with you, we haven't really had a solid chance to run against each other in the field. I've fortunately been doing very well the last couple of weeks, and Tony's still been trying to get the feel of the cars. I can tell you he's really been getting it, though, so you're probably going to see us hopefully bouncing some bars here in the next couple of weeks and really getting at it against each other.
Well, we can't wait to see some of those bars bouncing and the sparks flying, but who made this race possible for you here in California tonight?
Definitely got to thank all the Strano Brothers Racing fans that are joining us tonight. I know my mom's watching, my grandma's watching, my father-in-law Mike, my wife. I got to thank my teammate Tony. We talked a lot about him, but really just pushing me and driving me to do better. Green Forest Street Supply, they're on the car Monday and Thursday nights, so go check them out at greenforeststreetsupply.com. Plan B Sales, Victory Junction, they're a huge part of our group here. I know I don't have them on the car, but they're definitely a huge part of our racing team. And you guys in the booth and all the fans watching, thank you for coming out.
Well, there you hear from the driver, the number 43, Joe Strano, has himself another solid finish here in California. He'll go P number 2 at the end of the night. Finishing in our 3rd position, it does not look like we have established a communication line with the driver of the number 54, the American Tire Distributors EA entry of Rex Hoyle. Hoyle moved up 16 positions here from where he started to finish in the 3rd spot. Congratulations to Rex Hoyle. He'll keep that good points battle going here into the weeks ahead. Finishing 4th was Richard Murdoch, but man, one final interview before we go off the air here tonight in our post-race show, and it's going to go to the driver of the number 32. That's right, race fans. The Strano Brothers Racing entry number 32 of Tony Strano. Tony, you're standing by here. You had a moment there with Joe. You guys were talking, passing. I believe that was a Coca-Cola back and forth, I think, anyway. But hey, a strong finish here, my friend. Where did you come from and where did you go, Mr. Cotton Eye Joe?
Man, I was surprised even when I got up to 5th at the very least, getting up to 3rd tonight. I mean, I got to first off give a hats off to number 14 and the number 8. They both ran really hard. I know 14 got involved in a wreck trying to pass me a little bit ago, but yeah, it was a crazy race to say the least.
Crazy race. You moved up 18 spots here tonight. Usually you move up 18 spots. You're the biggest mover of the show. Fortunately, you lost that one by 1 spot to Eric Stout out there. But 18 spots with a field of drivers like Williamson and Robinson, Tasher Otero, you name it, you could find a winner no matter where they come from. And you're not a short track racer, and you beat all those drivers here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's really crazy how short track racing can involve a lot of wrecks, which, I mean, I gotta unfortunately put that out to be the reason why I was up here, because I got through them all clean, which is actually surprising because I haven't finished a race other than North Wilkesboro, but that one I even had damage because I avoided the last wreck. So yeah, it was just crazy to say the least. I'm kind of speechless right now because of it.
Well, you're speechless, so we're letting you catch your breath. And Tony, congratulations here tonight on a top 5 run in California.
Thank you so much.
There you heard it from Tony Strano. You heard it from Joe Strano, Sean Single, all here tonight at Irwindale. Race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in to watch some great racing action here from the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. If you're ever up there in Ayer, Massachusetts, make sure you stop by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, even if it's for one of those tiny green or yellow air fresheners for your cars. After you leave the McDonald's, sit underneath the seat for a couple of days, you might need to get some air fresheners inside there. So head on over to the Checkered Flag Auto Supply today and get restocked with the air fresheners or any other auto part you need. They have it located at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Well, Tonight was the Irwindale Speedway, and it put on one heck of a show here for short track racing action. Next week, we head to the Nashville Fairgrounds for the first time ever, where we bring you live coverage here from our Pennsylvania location studios, and we can't wait till we get to Tennessee to bring some great racing action. So, race fans, until we see you next Thursday night, or if you're going to catch more red light racing action, you can catch that on Monday right here with the Scrambler Series back in action. But if we don't see you Monday, we will see you Thursday to bang some Nerf bars under the lights at Nashville.